Black people and forward-thinking people in America, I want to talk to you for a second considering the outcome of last night's election. White America showed us where they are. The rest of us need to show them where we are. The Democratic Party has a failed electoral strategy, and I'm going to use Texas and Ohio and the spending there to show you if they put the money somewhere else, they're going to get a higher return on their investment and therefore have a different outcome in these elections. They need a new Southern strategy. America's supposed to be this great melting pot, but there's some people who want to put too much salt in the soup consistently. And so what we need is an understanding of where is the base of the party. 55% of black people live in the deep South. What the results last night show you is over 80% of black people voted for the Democratic ticket. Louisiana, Mississippi have been underinvested historically by the Democratic Party. Texas has not elected a U.S. senator since 1988 that was a Democrat, yet they continue to spend $90 million this year and millions in other races to try to flip Texas blue again. Ohio has had Senator Brown in that position, but it's clear Ohio's leaning red and not going in any other direction. And the percentage of black people in the population, that's too much pressure on the black vote there to try to turn it out to make it work. However, if you take that investment of $50 million that they spent in Ohio, $90 million that they spent in Texas, convert that, let's just say we spent $90 million a piece in Louisiana and Mississippi. Instead of getting around $20 and $30 per vote, you'll end up getting around $100 per vote. What does that mean? In Texas, you need to get 5 million people to vote in order to win one of these elections. In Louisiana, you need to get about 700,000 people to vote in order to win these elections. And there are 942,000 registered black voters in the state of Louisiana. In Mississippi, the numbers are similar. They have a higher percentage of black people in the state of Louisiana. About 37% of the state is black. If you invest the money there, you'll get a higher return on investment. Democrats have won statewide races in Louisiana more recently than in Texas. In 2015, Democrats won the governor's race. In 2019, they won the governor's race. In 2008, there was a U.S. senator from Louisiana until 2014. And every time there's been over $10 million raised for the Democrat in one of those races, they've won statewide. Where the money is, so will the return on the vote be. How do we know? Because in Georgia, Senator Warnock and Senator Ossoff both had over $100 million invested in their campaigns. The state is over 30% black. They won their races. Stacey Abrams also led that charge with over $100 million raised in her campaign and mobilizing black voters. Where there's an investment, you can get a return on an investment if the population is proportional. In Michigan, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, the black vote is under 20% of the population. In Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, the black vote is over 20% of the population. At the end of the day, you're going to get a better return on the investment where you have a higher percentage of the population already in agreement with you. You already know that over 80% of black people believe that the policies of the Democratic Party will advance the economy, protect their rights, and advance the future of their children. So why are you trying to convince people who don't like you, don't agree with you, and want too much salt in the soup that they should support these ideals? We should just cater the resources to the places where we're going to get the highest return on investment. Maryland just elected a black U.S. senator last night that's a Democrat. Why? The state's over 30% black. Same with Delaware. When we look at where we're going to get a return on investment, and if we as black people are going to take what we saw last night serious, we got to get serious about applying pressure to the black elite, the party, and everybody in between about paying attention to who is really the base, the backbone, and the future of preserving democracy in America. Because white America shows you that they can ignore the plights of so many other groups of people, and that people who desire a proximity to whiteness will ignore your plight too. So for all the people who say, why am I always talking about black folks? Because black folks consistently do the right thing as according to trying to save democracy or advance democracy. And so if we're going to do this, it's going to be through a new Southern strategy. And the numbers can produce a different return on investment if you look at different places.